has 34 EDs in the 33rd Senate District. And we are going to make a change in the Senate in that district this year. We're particularly pleased to be here today because today is another good day for the Gustavo Rivera campaign as he gets closer 1 week from today to being nominated as the Democratic candidate for State Senate. The reason why it's a very good day is because the other candidate in the race, Dan Padernacht, who is a community leader in the Kingsbridge Heights Van Cortlandt Village section who's been campaigning hard this year, has come to the conclusion that the best way to accomplish our goal of replacing Senator Espada is to combine forces and have one candidate running against Senator Espada. And Dan Padernacht has decided very selflessly to step aside for the greater good of our community because he understands that the main goal here is to elect a new state senator this year. And why do we need to elect a new state senator? Well, I don't think we need to explain that at this point. Suffice to say that Pedro Espada has become the poster child for everything that's wrong in Albany, and most of us don't like to have what he's doing rub off on the rest of us. We're lucky, though, that we have a candidate, Gustavo Rivera, who represents everything that's right in politics. He's smart, he's independent, he's knowledgeable, he's hardworking, and he is going to do us proud in Albany when he gets elected this year. We have a number of people here who are going to speak for Gustavo and also talk about Dan, and then we're going to hear from the candidate as well as Dan Padernacht. But first, I'd like to introduce the Bronx Borough President, Rubén Diaz, Jr.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I am honored to stand here with so many great leaders of the state of New York. We have Eric Schneiderman, we have State Senator Liz Kruger, of course, one of the people that I look up to in the Bronx who have done well for so many years, not only in the Bronx but in the city of New York. I call him 11 because it was the 11th Borough President, Fernando Ferrer. We here with Comptroller John Liu, and of course the head of 1199's political action faction division. Political Action Division, Kevin Finnegan. We're all here not only to support Gustavo, as you know, but to say to Dan Padernacht that we're proud of you. We're proud of you because you continue to show leadership. And long ago, someone told me that showing leadership is not only knowing when you have to step up and be the leader, but also when you have to step aside. And in this case, Dan, we're proud of you because of your selfless act. You have shown that you will continue to put the Bronx before your own personal wishes, but not only the Bronx, the city of New York and the whole state of New York. We know that Pedro Espada has been an embarrassment to all of us. We know that Pedro Espada, with all of the clouds that you see around his head, is not only an embarrassment, but he's been wrong on the issue. Pedro Espada continues to be wrong as it pertains to defending tenants in our borough and in the city and the state of New York. He's been wrong on health care. He's been wrong on pay equity. He's been wrong on and silent on economic development, particularly in his area. We in the borough of the Bronx want to continue to show the state of New York that we know our worth. This is a call to conscience to the voters of the 33rd Senatorial District to show the rest of the state and the rest of the nation that we no longer want embarrassing leadership to represent us. And that is the reason why we all are here today and why we've been there throughout the summer to say that Gustavo is that individual who is going to take us forward, who's been right on the issues, and that we must say no to Pedro Espada. Dan, we know that you have a beautiful and bright future, not only in Bronx politics, but in New York City and state politics. And you continue to show young folks what it's like to know that leadership also means to look at the greater good. In this case, you have certainly exemplified that. And I want to say that, again, we're proud of you. And September 14th, to the voters of the 33rd Senatorial District, vote your conscience. Let people know that when you vote for someone, you're also speaking of who you are as individuals. In this case, Espada has to go. And I'm so proud to stand next to Dan Padernacht and, of course, next to Gustavo Rivera and all of the leadership here to show that Mr. Espada has been a model of buffoonery and someone who has exemplified everything that is wrong and bad in Albany, and he's got to go.
Thank you. We're proud to introduce the Comptroller of the City of New York, John Liu. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And I'm delighted to join everybody here today. We're a week away from the elections. It's a very important election here in New York State. And we have an individual who really has stepped up to the plate, not in terms of running for office, but as the borough president said, in the name of unity, for the sake of getting everybody together and to maximize the chances of electing somebody right, not only for the Bronx, but for the entire state of New York. Dan, you're doing the right thing. We are proud of you. We are grateful to you. This will go a long way to ensuring that we get the right representation for the people of the Bronx and also great leadership here in New York. So thank you very much, Dan. And over the summer, I've had a number of occasions to talk with Gustavo Rivera, who is really an outstanding young New Yorker who has given so much of himself to the community. He's very well versed on all of the issues that are of paramount importance to the community that he is soon going to represent, issues of education, of healthcare, of affordable housing, of jobs and equal opportunity in the economic sector. These are all issues that Gustavo Rivera has been working on for a long time, long before he thought of running for office. But the fact is that this year he cast his hat in the ring, and he's run an incredible campaign. And we are 7 days away from electing Gustavo Rivera as the next state senator from his area of the Bronx. A couple of weeks ago, I stood with Public Advocate de Blasio and wholeheartedly supported and endorsed Gustavo in his election campaign. We're going to do everything we can to ensure that this election takes place and goes the way that we all want it to go, and that is to ensure that Gustavo is elected. And we're looking forward to the big victory party next Tuesday night. So once again, thank you, Dan. Congratulations so far to you, Gustavo. Don't let up. 7 long days to go. Don't think you're going to sleep at this. Okay. The polls close in 178 hours. The next person needs no introduction because he served the Bronx with distinction for many, many years, first as a council member and then as the Bronx Borough President, Fernando Ferrer.
Too often when you do the right thing in New York, it's just another thing that happens. People say, move along. I'm glad we're taking a moment to salute someone who did the right thing. It doesn't happen very often in this profession. For as long as I can remember in this campaign, I've been telling everybody I can talk to that this race is the moral test of politics in New York. This one. It's not merely that Pedro Espada is, without argument, the worst, most beyond embarrassment public official ever to have taken the oath of office. But this year, we have a great candidate that will allow us at last to say we are proud of our senator in the 33rd.